Hey David, I appreciate you taking the time to take my call today. Before I jump into the content that I want to talk to you about today, I wanted to just introduce myself briefly, give a little bit of my background. So, my name's Andrew. I'm a U.S. Marine veteran. I got out of the Marine Corps in 2020, and something that I saw going on a lot around that time was a lot of small businesses were hurting as a result of COVID stay-at-home orders and all the other craziness that was going on at that time. That wasn't something that sat well with me because I believe very strongly in small businesses. I believe they're the backbone of America. And so I started my business, Sovereign SEO, with the objective to to connect small business owners to more customers so that you guys can help more people and you can achieve the growth and success that you're looking for. So with that in mind, I want to talk to you about how you can use your online presence to connect to more people, and to give you a little bit of background of why that can be so impactful. I want to show you some metrics here. So this is a site that I used called Ahrefs. Among other things, it allows me to take a look at how many people are searching for what every month on Google. So these are a bunch of keywords that I found that are related directly to roofing in Tucson. Basically, this is what somebody would search, if they lived in Tucson and needed roofing services done but didn't already have a company in mind. So as you can see, Roofing Companies Tucson, this has a volume of 1,000. That means it averages 1,000 monthly searches on Google. All these other keywords that are also related to roofing in Tucson, you can see they also have their own hundreds of search volume every month. So as you can see, there are truly thousands of people searching in Tucson for the services that you offer. So I'm sure you can understand how impactful it would be for you to capture a significant amount of that traffic, because that's just more people reaching out to you, and more business that you can do. And with this volume of traffic, the total of all these words that I found is over 12,000. So, and not to say that you're going to capture all that traffic. Generally, there's about a 40% click-through rate for the top position for each keyword. So, probably best case scenario, you'd collect 2,000 or 3,000 of it. But, even if that were the case, that would translate into probably hundreds of people getting a hold of you each month for roofing services, and honestly, that might be too much work for any one company, but too much work is a pretty good problem to have. So I want to give you some tangible tips on how you can do that, how you can capture more of this traffic. So the first thing I always talk about is content on your site, and actually right off the bat, I can tell you have a guy doing SEO for you because you guys have your content squared away, and by that I mean you have stuff like this going on. You have keywords in your content. Tucson roofing contractor. So I don't have too much feedback for you guys as far as this. This looks excellent. Your site looks excellent. The keywords and the content are great. So good on you guys for having that squared away. And I'll go ahead and move right along to the second thing that I usually talk about, which is something called backlinks. And what a backlink is just somewhere that your site is mentioned on the internet by another site. You guys, again, I can tell you have somebody working on SEO for you, because your backlink profile is also very strong. You have almost 3,000 backlinks from almost 300 different websites. But one thing I did want to point out, and this is where I do actually have some suggestions for you guys as to how you can up this number right here. That's how much monthly traffic you're receiving on average to your site. You're having about 137 visitors each month. And I want to tell you about why it's not more, even though you have this many backlinks and the content on your site is good to go. So I went ahead and took a look at the keywords that you guys are ranking for, and these are all the keywords that you guys are ranking for on the first page. And these are awesome keywords to have because, as you can see, these are keywords that indicate that people are looking to buy your service, right? Especially these commercial ones. I know commercial jobs can be huge. So it's really cool that you guys are ranking for those. You're in position 4, which means that, when somebody searches, you're right there on the first page. That's great. But the place I have a suggestion, and I think it could help you guys a lot, is if you look at the volume for these words. These commercial words are searched about 40 times each month. You have some higher volume ones down here. When you come to like non-specific, roof inspection doesn't specify residential or commercial, so it gets searched a little more. These ones get searched 200 times a month. Roof inspections Tucson 200 times a month. So these are, these three words right here are probably putting in more work for you than the rest of these, just because of the volume that they get searched. Now that said, when we move on down here, we can see that there are some other words that have a lot of volume that you guys are ranked for on the second page, right? So like Tucson roof coating gets searched 200 times a month, but you guys are on the second page for it, position 15. Now down here, there's some that even have more. Best roofers in Tucson gets 400 searches, and you guys are also on page 2 for that. Roof repair Tucson, same story, 500, and you're on page 3 for that one. So as you can see, there's a lot of these keywords that have really big search volume that you guys are ranking on pages 2 and 3 for. These ones that have like huge volume down here, you guys are on page 3 or 4. And so, even though you guys are already ranking for some great keywords up here, I think it would be really beneficial for you guys to target backlinks that specify these keywords, because these keywords have a lot of search volume. And you don't want to be on page 3, you want to be on page 1, right? We know people don't really go past page 1 that often. Usually they just click on what's in front of them. So if you guys could capture page 1 spots for these keywords that have big search volume like that, I think you'd see a lot more traffic to your page than 137 a month. And 137 a month, that's already good. I'm sure you guys are seeing, let me do some quick math here, probably I don't know, probably at least like 2 or 3 solid leads from your site per month with that kind of traffic, if not more. But I think realistically, you guys could be seeing, if you were to rank for those higher volume keywords, closer to, anywhere from 500 to 1,000, which obviously, is going to convert into a really significant number of leads. So my tip here, now that I went down that rabbit hole and got into the details with the keywords, my tip here is to grab backlinks that specifically look at those keywords. And it might help to identify which keywords have those big volumes and add those to your content more than some of the ones you have going on right now. I'd have to take a closer look at your site, figure out exactly how many times you guys are mentioning those words. But yeah, overall, that's my tip. You guys are ranking for some great keywords, but there are even better keywords that you could be on the first page for. So that's basically the premise of what I'm saying. I think that's the most impactful thing that I have to say for you guys, because you do already have a solid base with most of the stuff that I talk about. One more quick tip for you guys before I sign off. This right here, this is what we call the map pack. And remember, roofing companies Tucson, this is what I Googled. This was the #1 keyword. It gets searched 1,000 times a month. So when we do a Google search, usually this pops up. This is what we call the map pack. And you'll notice that these 3 places get a lot of clicks, right? They're right here, they're front and center. They're one of the first things that customers see once they scroll past the ads. So they get a lot of clicks. And one of the ways that you guys could move your site up and get ranked in here is something called citations. And all a citation is just somewhere on the internet that your business name, phone number, and address are listed together. So as you might imagine, this is usually something like BBB or yellowpages.com. So my tip here is you go and take a look at who's ranked here in the top 3. You go find where they have citations, what business directory they have citations in, and then you go ahead and you get your company cited in those directories too. And if you're doing that with the top 3 and you get all of the citations that each of them in the top 3 has, you're gonna have more citations than any one of them, right? So that's my tip on that front. You'll see that that'll really help your ranking here in terms of the map pack, and that'll help you get more visits to your website too, because a lot of people A lot of people like to look for these before they even look for the organic rankings. So those are the 3 tips I have for you. I really hope that insight on what I was talking about with those higher volume keywords is helpful. If you guys were able to get on the first page for, the keywords like this, roofing companies Tucson, with 1,000 searches per month, you guys would be getting some serious increase in traffic to your page. So that's the biggest thing I have for you guys. I hope it's helpful. I would absolutely love to answer any questions you might have, or if there's anything that I can do to help you guys out with this. That's all I have for you right now. And thank you for your time watching this, and I look forward to hearing from you.